Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. And right now we could see that Bitcoin is back to $23,100 or $23,066 as we come back here and try and break this last high that we made right around 23,300. But again, let's not forget that we are at some pretty significant resistance right now. We've had a big run up and the markets did push up today, and we didn't see Bitcoin, pump up all that much. But for the time being, we are above this previous high right here, which is nice to see. We've been trying to hold it as support, but if, like I said, if we come back up here and maybe come up to 23,300, I might be interested in placing a little bit of a short, just some speculative play here. Again, we could very easily keep pushing to 25,200, although a pullback would be warranted, maybe back down to 21,500 around these previous highs before we keep moving up. Keep the rally nice and healthy. But again, if we do keep pushing up, I would be very interested in adding to my short once again at 25,000 for $40 right there. And I know that Thomas from Team Underground is probably going to take profit on his long. I think he's up like something around like $77,000 on his Bitcoin long. He's been holding his long since 16,000. So good one, good job, Thomas. You hold on to those longs. Don't let those bears get to you. Let's keep going here. Let's take a look at market cipher on the daily time frame. We have a 10 and a 1 right here on the market cipher. Looking a little bit bearish, but again, we've been getting some increasingly bearish numbers right here on the dual band strength index. However, we still have some nice green money flow. Let's take a look at some shorter time frames here. Let's take a look here. We have an 11 and a -3. Again, you're seeing the green money flow starting to decrease on the 4-hour time frame, and just by looking at what's going on in the markets with the S&P and the Nasdaq rallying and gold rallying as well. I think Bitcoin's starting to finally catch its bid. It was lagging behind. You could see. We'll just do a quick comparison here. We're not going to do our commodities analysis just now, although I do want to talk about natural gas. But you can take a look at when gold started rallying right around the beginning of November. This was kind of when the DXY was starting to top out here. And you guys can see that, right around the beginning of November, the DXY has been a free fall, and gold has been in a very, very, very strong rally towards the upside, up over 20% now, basically. So just sitting at 1935. It's about to make another like 9-month high right here, so that's going to be nice to see gold making a new high again. I'm going to be interested in taking a short at $19,070 or $19,050, depending on. I'm just going to see when I'm going to start my my short position here on gold. But again, long term, I still think gold is going to appreciate very nicely. But let's take a look at Bitcoin and take a look at November. And right around November 2nd is when we got that big FTX, drama happen, and it dumped all the way down here. It was down like 24%, and it was been just lulling since then. So I guess Bitcoin's just doing its catch up now, and it's up over 37% from its lows, performing very nicely. But however, something to note is that the DXY is getting very close to a bounce area, to some major support, right around 101.45. I know I did say that 102.66 could be a potential bounce area, and I think we maybe bounced like on the hourly, and we bounced right back up, but it didn't. It ended up not holding too well, and now we're retesting it as resistance, and we're moving down to some lower levels. But overall, you can take a look on the weekly time frame on the DXY as well. It's been pretty oversold. It's gonna get to some oversold areas right once, if the RSI gets down to like that 29, 28 level on the weekly. But again, it doesn't mean we have to get there right away. You could very easily get a bounce back up towards the upside on the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, and and then you can continue down as the dollar will eventually lose more value. But for the time being, just be careful going long right now on Bitcoin, expecting us to go straight up to 30, 40k. When the bullish sentiment is in, a lot of people get very excited. They tend to just throw it all in no matter what's going on. But it's always better to just stay level headed and not just panic buy like that. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm just going to keep you guys up to date. You guys can see that we actually tagged a very nice top right here. You could take a look at this trend line from this low right here, and then you tagged these previous bottoms. Where's my brush right here? As support, as support, as support, and you retest it as resistance, 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 and then you finally tag the top right here, right around 23,300 as your major resistance level, and it, we're getting rejected right now. And not to mention that we do have a bearish divergence going on Bitcoin right here. So just keep that in mind. This is on a 4-hour time frame. If we do keep pushing up, the bearish divergence can continue and the price can keep moving towards the upside, and only at its extreme, maybe that like right around 25,000, maybe the bearish divergence is finally going to be complete and we're going to get that big drop back towards the downside, maybe around 21,000, 20,500. Who knows how low it can go if things start to dump. Now, all right, let's get into some indexes and some stock analysis right here. On the S&P, we can see that the mother of all trend lines has finally been broken, and it is time to go all in. And we're only going to go up from here, and it's all in. It's moon time forever. I'm just kidding, guys. Let's stay level-headed as per usual. We can see that we are tagging. Oh, let me just extend this because this was a trend line that I had drawn before, so I could extend the right line right here for you guys. And again, you guys can see from this. I think it's this one goes all the way down from the low right here. So I got it down from this pivot low from the March crash, down from this low right here, and then you kind of tagged it as resistance a couple times, and you breached through it, and then now we retested as support. We tried to hold as support, we broke back down. Now we're retesting it as resistance once again. If we can get above this and hold this, then your next level is going to be around 4120, and after that 4200, and then at your max resistance right here at 4300. And if you can get over that, then you're going to be pretty much all set to go back to the all-time high, besides maybe this level right here, right around 4600 on the S&P. But I really doubt that we're gonna get to 4300. I'm not too confident about the economic conditions that are going to be coming for the US and Canada, or any country in North America that's gonna have a big impact. Mostly US. There's only like so many as like Mexico and Canada and the US, but overall just US. So as I think that as things will deteriorate, and the Fed will come to the rescue, but they're not going to come to the rescue because they're going to have won the inflation fight and everything is dandy and the market's going to rally. I think they're eventually going to pivot and cut rates because things are going to get so bad, and then and only then will they do a hard pivot and start to lower rates and start to do quantitative easing again. But by that time, it'll be too late as per usual. The Fed is always too late. You should know that the Fed is not proactive, they are reactive. Because if they were proactive, they would have raised rates as this giant rally was taking place. But no, they let inflation run up to 9%, and then once it got to 9%, or when inflation was at its peak, they finally decided to start doing something about inflation. And by then, it was still too late, and the inflation actually kept going up for a few quarters, and then finally start to top out. And then once the rates got to a sustainable level, then the inflation start to finally roll back down. But we're not going to get the pivot based on the Fed winning the inflation fight. We're going to get it when they're going to be losing the inflation fight. What the market is rallying on right now is on the hopes that the Fed is going to win and conquer this inflation fight. They think they're going to become victorious, although I don't think that they're going to become victorious on the inflation fight. I think they're going to give in, and they're gonna just give up on the inflation fight and do QE regardless of what the inflation levels are. Even if it's still at 4%, 3%, I doubt even we'll get down to 3%, but even if we get down to those levels, it's still way too high. And again, remember, that's the number that they report, right? So it's not the accurate number, because obviously we don't feel 6% inflation. Our inflation numbers are significantly higher when we look at our food prices, our fuel prices, our energy prices, our housing costs, our rent costs, right? Everyone obviously knows that it's not 6% inflation, right? It's significantly more than that. But yeah, overall, you guys know where I stand. I think that we could technically rally a little bit, but ultimately we will end up rolling over. So you guys got these three levels that I'm going to be taking a look at: 4120, 4,200 and 4,300 on the S&P. Let's take a look at a few stocks that could give us an indication of what we could be doing. So let's take a look at Alibaba here, because again, Alibaba had this very similar trend line, the mother of all trend lines that had to be broken. And we can see that Alibaba, it kept retesting this level as resistance many times here, right here, and then finally, it eventually broke out of it. And we did have a nice little rally here, right? Once we broke out, but ultimately we actually broke out and then we came back down, we rolled over and we made a new low before we found a definitive bottom, and then we started rallying back up towards the upside. So I think I already explained this in the Discord. That's why you're seeing some lines here that I've drawn. But yeah, you guys get the whole gist of it. Is that just because we're going to break out of a trend line doesn't mean we just do this, right? Sometimes you fail, you go back up and you retest some levels as resistance right here, and then you keep going back down towards the downside. So it kind of fakes out a lot of people. Maybe a lot of hedge funds that are going to get into some very big long positions, some heavy long positions, and then they're going to end up taking some losses once again, and then only when they're going to start to sell and take their losses that the market is going to go back up towards the upside here. So Alibaba getting a very nice rally from its lows at 63 all the way to 88 bucks. So very nice to see there. Let's take a look at one more. I think I've taken a look at enough things today for granting the indices and the stock market. I mean, the Nasdaq had a really nice rally today. It's going to get up to potentially that 200-day right around 1200, and there's some major resistance coming here right around 12,189, or basically, sorry, not 12,189, 12,100. And the Russell is at resistance once again, tagging this major level right here, right around 19,000, I believe. 1900 on the Russell 2000. And the Dow Jones basically got rejected right here, right around this resistance box once again. Again, you guys can take a look. If you guys are gold members inside my Discord, by the way, if you guys are gold members, you get access to all my trades that I post. You guys can probably get you guys get access to these trades 24/7 whenever you want. I'll just give you guys a quick example here. For the gold members that do not know how to use it, you guys can just type in the exclamation mark here and then type in chart. And then you will get, the bot will post all the charts that I have created for all these cryptos and then the stocks and in the indices as well. I don't think I've posted the S&P one, so I might as well just upload those as well to keep you guys up to date on my trades there. But overall, let's dive into the commodities now. Finally taking a look at natural gas, and I think I've been very open about this on YouTube and inside the Discord that we'll be longing natural gas once it gets to an extreme point. And I remember saying that we would potentially catch a little bit of a bounce here right around $4.93. But once we did bounce, and I wasn't too confident in longing this area because the RSI wasn't that oversold yet, so I was just going to be holding off on that call, and it was pretty much the right call, not going into a heavy long position there, because if we did long right around here, we would have fallen another 31 to 30%, depending on when you're entered. But overall, we were entering our longs right around 31 and 15 cents and $3 even, not 31, sorry, not 31, $3.15, and then basically $3 flat. Again, getting into a nice position on Boyle, and we're actually up over $2,800 on this trade right now inside the Discord. So if you guys managed to catch this trade, congratulations. I still think there's significant more upside for natural gas to go back up. I think a lot of people are way too short right now. There's going to be some short liquidation, so that's going to be nice to see. Obviously, it's not nice that people are going to be losing money, but again, should probably take some profits on your shorts. If you're opening shorts at the lows, then you're going to get wrecked. Kind of like if you were shorting Bitcoin right at the $16,700 levels. If you didn't close your shorts, then you definitely are feeling some pain now because Bitcoin's at $23,053. But yeah, overall, nat gas doing really well on that. Going to keep you guys up to date, and hopefully, we can get some more trades like this. It's really fun to see. Again, oil tagging some major resistance again, right around $82 today, $82.46. We got rejected once again at this level. I think I'm seeing a lot of bullish news on oil, that oil is going back up to all-time highs again, and that you got to get into these energy stocks. There's no better time to buy energy stocks right now, especially, you know, you want to buy energy stocks when they're at their all-time highs, right? That's when you want to buy stocks, is that when they're trading at their all-time highs, right? You want to buy Chevron, you want to buy Halliburton, you want to buy all these stocks that are trading at their not at their all-time highs or near their all-time highs, right? That's the smart thing to do. No, wrong. You don't want to do that. You want to be shorting, if anything, these stocks near their all-time highs. You can see that Halliburton getting a nice rejection here, down over 5.98% in the last couple of trading days here, tagging its all-time high once again here. So unfortunately we did not short Halliburton, but if you guys did, then good for you. We are in a Exxon trade, and I do expect it to keep, you know, moving back down towards the downside here, potentially tagging that 200-day right around $97.52. But yeah, you know, you guys know what I've been doing. You guys, I've been very transparent. All my profit loss history has been posted on my website. I update it as much as I can. I am pretty busy with the Discord and managing some companies and managing money, but you know, I like keeping you guys up to date on everything as much as I can. Silver getting a nice rejection here. Like I said, I would be shorting right around this area right here, and I ended up adjusting my my levels right here to fit it a little bit better. We didn't get to $24.70, but we did get to $24.35, and now we're starting to come back down. We got a big wick down here to $22.83, and we pumped all the way back to $23.56. Ultimately, I think if we get back down to $22.32, I'd be interested in getting into a long on silver, but overall gold is getting to an extreme point right now where I would start to look for shorts. But let's just be patient, and let's just wait for gold to potentially maybe get one last push up towards the upside before we get into a short position on gold. And yeah, overall, very excited to get it to for the next couple of weeks, because we do have some big earnings coming up. Tomorrow, the earnings, let me just take a look. I'll just share it with you guys right here. I think the earnings that we have coming out tomorrow is going to be Microsoft after the close. And we got Halliburton and Johnson & Johnson at the open. And I think this is GE, General Electric, Raytheon, and 3M. So some pretty big companies there. And then we got Capital One and Texas Instruments after the close tomorrow too. So all some very, very important companies overall for the economy. You know, Capital One processes a lot of transactions for the economy, and Visa and MasterCard kind of give you a hint of what's going on there as well. All right, guys, thanks for listening. You guys want to join my Discord, it's free to join, and if you're a scammer, we're probably going to ban you right away, but feel free to join. If you guys want to get access to all my trades, you guys can sign up and become gold members. It was on sale you know, at the beginning of the year, and it is no longer, but I let you guys know big time in advance for that. So, you know, anyways, thanks for listening, guys. You guys are awesome. If you guys want to sign up for Big Get Training, that's where I do post all my crypto trades. The link's in the description, and you can help support the channel as well. Love you guys. Peace.